Alright, what's up guys? It's been just a couple days since I recorded last. I haven't really had any, hang on, let me see if I can fix this a little bit. There we go. I haven't really had too many dreams recently just because it's been, I think I have had some dreams, but it hasn't been anything that how do I put it? I basically couldn't remember them longer or long enough to get to my camera to record. And I got all sorts of, I need a retwist, man. Shit. So, what's up? I am recording now January 2nd. We're entering January 3rd. I spent New Year's and the couple days leading up to New Year's in Hiroshima. I went around and checked out a bunch of the cool sites there, where the atom bomb dropped, and I went through the museum and checked out just like the whole culture there. I keep forgetting the name of the food, but it's the dish that is known in Hiroshima, or that's like their dish, right? And I think they actually compete with Osaka for who came up with the dish, and they have like slight variations of it, but nonetheless, it's basically like a bunch of noodles, some veggies, I think maybe a little rice and an egg that's like fried on top, with some meat and goodies, and they just cook it on the table right in front of you, or they cook it and then they put it on the table in front of you to be heated, and you cut it up with this it's like spatula, and then you just basically serve yourself. Really good stuff. But anyway, so I spent the last couple days in Hiroshima and enjoying my time there for New Year's. So happy 2026, and I am looking forward to making this year one of the best years that I've had up to this point. So anyway, getting into the dream journal, basically, when I got back here, I took a nap, and in that nap I had a couple dreams. So what I remember briefly is I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and my best friend Zeke, and I remember looking at him, and he didn't have his beard. He's got this gnarly beard, right? These big freaking, it's not blonde, it's like reddish. He's got this reddish blonde beard. And he wears glasses all the time, and he's got super long hair, right? Just like me, except his is a little longer. Let me close the window because it's pretty loud. So he, in the dream, he didn't have his beard, he didn't have any hair, and he wasn't wearing his glasses. And he was really skinny too. Not like super skinny, but he was skinny. And I remember I remember saying to him in the dream, dude, you look just like iDubbbz right now. And if you guys know who iDubbbz is, great. If you don't, that's just fine. It's iDubbbz if he takes his glasses off. That is exactly what he looked like. And I remember saying that to him in the dream. Anyway, I was trying to talk to him, my buddy, Zeke, in the dream, but it was kind of fucked up. But so I there were two girls, two of my ex-girlfriends, basically. One of them had messaged me, and she basically in the dream she said, I remember looking at my Discord notifications and seeing that she had messaged me, and I was like blown away that she had actually reached out to me, thinking like, oh my god, this chick finally hit me up, right? Because part of me has been really wanting her to reach out to me for a while, and I know that it's that's a pipe dream. It's literally a dream that she would reach out to me. But in the dream, she did. She reached out, and she basically said in the messages, in the dream, hey, I know, it's been a little while, but what I said before still stands. I want to try again. And I remember, coming up to my buddy Zeke and being like, dude, look at this. She finally guess who reached out to me, man, And like, when I looked at him, I was like, you look like iDubbbz. And so that's when things kind of shifted. And then I also remember one of my other ex-girlfriends. She was sleeping or something like that, and she was like right next to me, and I thought it was like, or it was a message, or a picture. She sent me a Snapchat. Basically what was weird about the dream is how real it felt. Like it felt like I was still, like I was checking my phone and I was still here in Japan. We're back in Yokosuka, but I was checking my Snap and she'd finally reached out to me. Again, it's just, a sad boy arc, but I realized, like, in the dream, this has definitely got to be a dream because, like, these girls haven't been talking to me, right? So, but part of me is still recovering because I really want them to, either or. I mean, I think I'd prefer one over the other, to be honest, and I'll leave that up to myself to, I'll keep that internal, but, I know who I wanted to reach out, or who, and, I know one of them never will, but the one that would, the one that still talks to me is the one that I was actually wanting to hear from, but I haven't heard from her in a few days, but that's okay, it's just life. Plus I got this other girl that I've been talking to, so life moves on, bro. Life gives you lemons, you eat them, you make lemonade, whatever you do, bro, you keep going, right? But I knew I knew they were dreams because of these certain things, right? Number one, my boy looked just like iDubbbz. And I remember thinking in the dream, wow, when I'm dreaming, my best friend looks just like iDubbbz. Like, what the fuck? Because that's not the first time, I swear. I really don't think that's been the first time. So, and then the second thing was like, my most recent ex hitting me up, and it was like, okay, that's not real, right? And then the third thing was, my other ex-girlfriend sending me a message, but the thing with that message from her was, it was the Snapchat from her was a photo that I actually had taken of her, 5 years ago. And so, I think my brain is just kind of working through some elements. And this all happened while I was napping. So, it's nice. Like, I come back, I'm sober, I'm not drinking because of New Year's, and these memories, or not these memories, but these dreams just start kind of flooding back. One thing that I've been practicing is my reality check, right? I'm trying to push my finger through my hand as much as possible. So yeah, I'm staying on top of that, and just keeping things moving here, dude. You know what I mean? I had a really vivid dream, and I wanted to record it in my journal, but I didn't get to the camera fast enough, and all of that went away. So, my goal is to try my best to make the recording and to get the recording, to get this going as soon as possible, to just record it down. Normally I would write it in a dream journal, but for me that's just not really something that's kind of rewarding. I want to have a catalog, of basically this vlog as best as possible. Not only to grow the channel, I don't really expect too much of that, but mainly to just keep the constant catalog growing, and I could go back and watch a video or two, because I like I like listening to myself talk, believe it or not, but I like going back and reliving it, because I will forget these dreams, so I want to be able to go back and just check it out just for a minute, right? So to relive that. And also the idea is, again, I said this in the last video, but every time, I'm sorry, I'm still kind of recovering. I've been sick since I got here, dude, but my voice is kind of shot. We've been playing Dark Souls Remastered all fucking day, so I'm enjoying that. And I got a new client today for my own personal business. I'm pretty excited about that. I'm going to be helping her do voiceovers and video logs and certain things like that. She wants to sit down and tell stories. So I kind of like what I'm doing now, but this is more raw. I'm not really just sticking to the story. I'm kind of just dumping my life, and you know how it goes. So I like going back and watching my videos, but also just keeping notes of the things that I can identify within my dreams, because that is how I will be able to get into that truly lucid state that I put in my very first video for this series. That lucid state, you can fall into it, but I don't want it to just be an accident. I want to make sure that I am intentionally making it happen, right? So as much as I can get a reality check in and get myself to have that cognizant, acknowledgement, hey, I'm really dreaming, and then take control. That lights on moment, right? That I was saying in the last video. So everything that I can do, anything that I can do to recreate that experience, I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that I can identify these consistencies. Because as I've gotten older, I've really started to realize that my dreams every dream has a consistency within it. Whether it be it doesn't matter what exactly I'm doing, there are those consistent elements. I'm moving slow and I'm throwing a punch. I'm, looking at my best friend and he looks like fucking iDubbbz, a YouTuber that I used to watch, but not. I didn't even watch iDubbbz all the time. I just watched a few content cops and, maybe him unboxing some things. It's been so long, since I've really watched iDubbbz. There's no reason that I would be remembering things like that, but, here it is. The dreams bring the memories, and the memories appear within the dream, but still there are those consistencies. So that's why I'm recording this. So yeah, in the nap today, just to kind of summarize again, it was just my buddy looked like iDubbbz. Two of my ex-girlfriends reached out to me, and just a lot of implausible things that really made me think within the dream, hey, I'm dreaming. Which is great. I just, I know that stuff's not real, but I'm really working towards being able to harness the dream and keep focus. And part of that too is, while I'm in my waking state, I do my best to make sure that I am emotionally stable and I am sound within my mind. And I'm not just thinking, but I am acknowledging within myself how I'm thinking. What am I thinking about? And, if I start to spiral mentally, why am I spiraling? What is making me spiral? Identifying things like, hey, that anger is actually fear masking itself, right? I'm angry because I'm scared. Or, I'm scared because I'm sad, right? And it works, and there's a plethora of things. So being able to acknowledge myself and how I feel within those moments is what's really important. So that's all I got for today. I'm hoping that I can record another one tomorrow, assuming that I have more dreams. I'm going to stay on top of it, stay healthy. I'm starting I'm continuing to work out every day, so I got a cool gym membership just up the street that I'm going to be checking out today. There's all sorts of gyms here, but I'm trying to find one that's cheap and consistent. So, but anyways, stay healthy, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.